Good afternoon, I'm Raine Musñgi. This is Newsfeed. President Bongbong Marcos will raise the West Philippine Sea issue when he attends this year's ASEAN summit in Laos. The president will leave the country next week for the gathering of ASEAN leaders on October 8 to 11. Confrontations have broken out between Chinese and Philippine vessels in disputed waters. The most recent involved, for the first time, a Chinese warship. Marcos will also hold bilateral meetings with his ASEAN counterparts and business leaders and meet the Filipino community in Laos.
The president will continue to defend the Philippine sovereignty and sovereign rights and jurisdiction in accordance with international law, including the 1982 UNCLOS and the 2016 Arbitral Award. The leaders are also expected to discuss various international issues that impact the region and beyond. And these include the situation in Myanmar, Ukraine, the Korean Peninsula, Gaza, and other geopolitical challenges affecting the Indo-Pacific region.
Sandiganbayan acquits former Senate President and now Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Juan Ponce Enrile in a plunder case related to the infamous pork barrel scam. Also acquitted, the scam's supposed mastermind, businesswoman Janet Lim Napoles, and Enrile's former Chief of Staff Gigi Reyes. Enrile and Reyes were accused of amassing more than 172 million pesos in kickbacks from his Priority Development Assistance Fund, or PDAF, through ghost NGOs created by Napoles. The plunder case was filed in 2014. Senators Bong Revilla and Jinggoy Estrada also faced cases over the pork barrel scam. They too were acquitted. Senators outraged after authorities raided a POGO hub just hundreds of meters away from the Senate building. More than 200 workers, mostly foreigners, were arrested in Thursday night's operation. Officials say the POGO hub was involved in so-called love scams and crypto rackets. While he commends authorities for the successful raid, Senator Win Gatchalian urged them to step up their efforts to fully eliminate all POGOs in the country. During his third State of the Nation address, President Marcos banned all POGOs following crimes linked to their operations, including money laundering, prostitution, human trafficking, kidnapping, and even murder. Influential wealth coach and motivational speaker Chinkee Tan says he too is a victim of POGO scammers. On BNC's At the Forefront, Tan said the scammers have been using his image to promote a cryptocurrency investment. Tan has already filed a complaint with the National Bureau of Investigation and Facebook owner Meta Platforms.
We were requesting them to take down the ads because it's fake news. They cut my name, my pictures, even Karen Davila, Maria Ressa. So it's a clickbait. As a matter of fact, pinakita nga na that I said something down on public TV and it wasn't aired.
The death toll from Hurricane Helene tops 200. More than half of the deaths were in North Carolina, where the storm destroyed entire communities. Hundreds are still missing. Officials also having a hard time in identifying some of the dead. U.S. President Joe Biden continues to visit areas devastated by Helene, with a stop in Georgia where he promised immediate aid for storm victims.
Hurricane Helene became one of the strongest hurricanes ever hit Florida and this part of Georgia. Roofs ripped off the buildings. Massive trees crashed into power lines, setting off loss of heat, electricity. Flooding wiped out homes. We were just down in Florida to see homes that were, just wiped away. Just the entire island gone. Families, they lost everything, including loved ones, including family members. I see you, I hear you, I grieve with you, and I promise you we have your back. We're going to stay until you're restored.
Former Republican lawmaker Liz Cheney joins Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris on the campaign trail. Cheney sharply criticized Donald Trump at an event in Wisconsin for his actions that led to the January 6, 2021 Capitol attack. She says she will be proudly casting her vote for Harris, her first ever vote for a Democrat. Cheney and her father, former U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney, are staunch conservatives and two of the most prominent Republicans to have endorsed Harris against Trump so far.
I cast my first vote ever in 1984 for Ronald Reagan. I served in the State Department in both Bush administrations, and I served in the United States House of Representatives for 3 terms, including as the 3rd highest ranking Republican in House leadership. So, in other words, I was a Republican even before Donald Trump started spray tanning. Donald Trump was willing to sacrifice our Capitol to allow law enforcement officers to be beaten and brutalized in his name and to violate the law and the Constitution in order to seize power for himself. I don't care if you are a Democrat or a Republican or an independent. That is depravity, and we must never become numb to it.
And those are the news this hour. I'm Raine Musñgi. Stay tuned to BNC on Free TV Channel 31, Channel 24 on Cignal, and on our website, bnc.ph. Thanks for watching.